Welcome to Madrid Reviews. This is your host, Christian Madrid, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about Death of a Unicorn. Let's get to the review now, yo. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. So, I just saw the newest A24 horror film, Death of a Unicorn, and surprisingly, I really enjoyed it. It was really good. On paper, I know how this sounds, this movie. The concept of this film sounds really stupid, but this movie manages to turn this weird premise into a fun and entertaining film. I surprisingly had fun. I did not really expect to like it too much at all. Some of the, early reviews I saw were mixed on it. But I enjoyed it, I had a good time, Alex Schaeferman did a great job directing this movie, as he's got a unique directing style, and his talent is on full display in this film. I'm looking forward to see what he directs in the future. The writing is great in this film, as I like the story, characters, and dialogue. That's how you can turn, what sounds like a dumb premise into a good premise, by having good writing, good acting, characters you actually care about. All these elements worked for me, and I was entertained on the edge of my seat throughout. I don't really care for unicorns, but this film made unicorns interesting for me, and, the killer unicorns in this movie, were pretty scary, This movie had a great balance of both comedy and horror, and this movie fully commits to its silly premise, and it worked for me. The acting is pretty good in this film, as these actors commit to this premise as well. Both Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd give great performances, as their chemistry was great in this film, and this odd pairing of actors was entertaining to watch. I never thought we'd get a Jenna Ortega Paul Rudd film, but we did now in Death of a Unicorn, and it worked for me. William Poulter, is a supporting character in this film. He also gives a good performance, and the bald guy from Barry is in this movie. He's pretty funny in it too. The cinematography is great in this film, as this movie is well shot and camera work is on point. The production design offers some cool set pieces and makes great use of its mostly one location. It makes great use of that. The visual effects look great in this film, as there's great use of CGI, especially the look of the unicorn. It's pretty badass. They're intimidating, they look scary, it gets the job done. And the score and soundtrack is pretty good in this movie and adds some suspense and intensity to the film, along with its sound effects. The editing is also great in this movie, as it's wonderfully paced. Under 2 hours long, doesn't overstay its welcome. I appreciate that, under 2 hours. Overall, Death of a Unicorn is a movie I didn't expect to enjoy. I really didn't, but I enjoyed this movie. It was very entertaining, and I recommend checking it out. I give it a B. We're eating good watching this movie. It's McDonald's, Taco Bell type shit. Alright, y'all, so that is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment on whether you have seen this movie or excited to see it. If you've seen Death of a Unicorn, let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite Jenna Ortega movie? Mine's probably X. What's your favorite Paul Rudd movie? Mine's probably Anchorman. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and alerts to know when I drop a new review. Appreciate you all for watching. See you on the next one. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time you're watching this. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch me talk about movies. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.